Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back. This is Xanthus with Xanthus Gaming, and we're back in Diablo 3 Necromancer beta patch, and we're looking at the pet set this time around. If you are not aware of what the pet set is or the bonuses for it, we're going to go over that right now. Let's get this equipped. So, your minions have a chance to reduce the cooldown of Army of the Dead by 1 second each time they deal damage. You gain 1% damage reduction each time a minion deals damage. Max 50 stacks, so you can get up to 50% damage reduction. And you should have this up pretty much all the time. 6-piece set bonus was recently buffed. Each Skeletal mage increases the damage of your minions and Army of the Dead by 250%. That's an increase over where it was previously at 200%. Now, along with that, there was a go-to rune, which was Contamination for the set. That used to be a much higher value. Let's see exactly what the change was. It dropped from 175% damage per second to 100% damage per second, which is a pretty big nerf. But they did also make it so that the Contamination rune will now benefit from attack speed bonuses from the player, which Skeletal Archer and Contamination used to not do. So it's possible there might be a way to make this work with an attack speed style build. So we're going to try that out first, I think. Though I do think, honestly, I feel like Skeletal Archers or Life Support is going to be the best rune. This set was also changed recently. When you target command skeleton, when your target of your command skeletons die, you automatically retarget to a nearby target. That's really good in and of itself. And then the 2-piece set bonus is your skeletons are commanded to attack a target. While your skeletons are commanded to attack a target, all of your minions deal 400% damage. So basically, on a pet set, that means all of our damage is increased by 400% whenever we're commanding our skeletons. So that's pretty crazy good. We unfortunately can't use Bone Ringer if we use that. The damage bonus of command skeletons is increased by 30% per second they spend attacking the target. So this ups our overall damage of everything by 400% when they're commanded. This just ups their damage on a single target by 30% per second. So it's like an elite killer or rift killer. That might be worth trying. In the cube at least. I'm thinking the cube to start. We're going to try out the poison build. This got nerfed as well. Let's see if we can find it here. Poison. There it is. It used to be 75 to 100%. So it used to be up to 600% damage increase, and now it's up to 300 and 390. So it got nerfed by 210% damage, which is pretty huge actually. So it might not be worth using right now, but we'll see. Alright, what piece of armor would we use with a pet set? Probably Tasker and Theo, I would think. But let's just see if there's anything else that would be better. No, it's not going to do much. Corpse Lance isn't going to do anything. Bone Spirit's not going to be a big deal. So we're not going to be using it. Death Diggers, no. Bone Nova, which is a Death Nova rune. Army of the Dead gains Unconventional Warfare. That may be good since our bonus is up to 250% increase for each skeletal minion. So having 2 runes on our Army of the Dead could actually be pretty significant. But is it going to be better than 50% attack speed from pets? I don't think it will be. We'll test out both Fate's Vow and Tasker and Theo and see which one feels better. But my first impression is that Tasker and Theo is going to do more. So. We don't need our Golem Shedding Corpses, I don't think, with this build. Oh, it's a nice legendary. We won't be relying on Land of the Dead, so we don't need this Devour bonus. Cool, yeah, so we're going to start with Tasker and Theo. for ring slot. Circle of Nigel's Evil. Doubles our skeletal mages. We're definitely going to be using that, so we'll just put that in the cube. Alright, now let's look at what the other rings we're going to equip are. Probably Unity would be a good idea, or Sunstone. Maybe a Convention of Elements might be worth it. I don't think we're going to have enough crowd control to really be doing Crispin Sentence. But if we take the passive Rigor Mortis along with our Skeletal Mage, then they will always have a slow on them. So they should always be taking 300% damage increase. Or 100% damage increase. We could put Freezing Grasp on our command skeletons, and then they'll take 300% on whatever I command. So 300% on target as opposed to rotating 250 for conventions. I think that the 300% on target is probably going to be better. 100% most of the time, 300% on target. I think that's going to be best. I don't know if we'll have anything else done with this build, honestly. Alright, so we're going to try out Crispin Sentence. And I feel like we're going to need the Unity to stay alive. I don't think I have a Poison Stone of Jordan. It's probably the Unity. I don't see a real need for an Obsidian Ring of Zodiac here, which is nice. We could go Compass Rose set also. Reduce our damage slightly and increase our damage pretty nicely. Unless there's a ring or a necklace that really works well with the pet build. I don't think there is a necklace actually that's really designed for the pet build. Let's look. Haunted Vision, Simulacrum lasts twice as long but costs 10% of your maximum life every second. Nope. That's crazy. We could do a Hellfire, actually. Johnstone is for Land of Dead, Corpse Lance and Corpse Explosion. We don't need that. This is Bone Armor stacks. I don't think we'll need that. Yeah, so I think we could do a Traveler's Pledge, or we could do a Hellfire and then a second ring. How are our passives for this set? Hellfire might be worth it. And Commander of the Risen Dead, that's probably going to be important. It's going to let us do our command skeletons more easily and reduce the cooldown of our golem. I'm not sure if we're going to even use a golem. Extended Servitude's a must, because it gives us bigger uptime on our skeletal mages. Final Service seems like it'd be pretty good. Wrathman's Shield could be good because we'll be using Army of the Dead fairly frequently, right? I'm definitely gonna need Army of the Dead on the bar. I'm not sure which one to go with actually. Probably Death Valley. That seems like the best one. Knocking them all to the center for our skeletal mages. That seems like the best way to go. But if we're going with the poison weapon that we are going with, maybe we use Blighted Grasp. Hi there, I watched your past broadcasts and heard that if your work found out that you played D3, you could be at risk. So me and my bestie been trying to figure it out, lol. Yeah, I can't tell you. Sorry, buddy. But yeah, that's true. What's the biggest changes so far? On the pet set, they upped the damage of the 6-piece bonus, but the biggest changes are that they reworked almost all of the legendaries to have like extra things on them. So I'll just go through the weapons, for instance, for you. They nerfed the amount of damage that this one does by about 210%, but they added percentage damage increased onto this one. They upped the damage on this one by a good chunk. They changed this from a chance when you're at full life to just period. It has a chance to proc. Scythe Cycle, I think they left that one the same actually. Tragul's Corroded Fang, that's probably the biggest change, I would say. They made it so now your Grim Scythe thing has a 100% chance to apply a curse, which is the way it was, but now you also deal 200% increased damage to cursed enemies, which is actually pretty big. Yeah. There were a lot of changes. If you want to see all the changes, I linked them in the description of the video, but I can also link them in chat for you right now. There you go, bud. If you want to check them out. Anything in red is a change. So, we're going to try... Hey, Jay Lundy, how's it going, buddy? We're going to try out a poison build with the pets and see how that works. I don't really want to be using the poison rune on the command skeletons. Just because we want them to be alive to be giving us the bonus from Jesses. And if they're not alive, they don't give us the bonus. But we can use poison in every other spot, I think, and still be fine. Might even grab bone armor with dislocation for the stun, just giving us a little bit more survivability. And then what do we use for the last spot? Is there a poison? It's a fear rune on this one. I don't know if I really like that. If we use a curse, there's no poison for curse. The poison thing's pretty limiting, actually. I don't know if I really love it. Siphon Blood with Power Shift is probably the way to go for Generator. We could do a Command Golem and go Decay Golem. That way we have a use for corpses. Alright, so we have 5 times 65 is the bonus we're getting there. So we'd be getting 325% damage bonus. Set up like this from the weapon. If we went instead with the Rilana Shadow Hook, it's 0.5% damage increase for every point of maximum essence. Our maximum essence is 268, so it's a 134% increase. So it's a lower increase, considerably lower increase than 325. But the 325 is with rotating all of our abilities properly, which is going to be kind of hard to do. I would expect that most of the time we're only going to be able to keep 4 stacks of it up. So 4 times 65 is 260%. So honestly, going with the Cursed Rune thing may be better, even though we're not actually using Grim Scythe, because we can still get the 200% benefit from cursed enemies. And then we could swap out our Golem to have Frailty with Scent of Blood. That might be a way to go. We'll try this first and see how it feels before we do that, though. Alright, we definitely need to put on Extended Servitude. We definitely should put on Grisly Tribute, Rigor Mortis, and the last passive I'm not sure about. Final Service, probably, to save our life. I don't really love that, though, because it's going to sacrifice all of our minions. And I don't really want to sacrifice all of our minions, you know? I don't see anything that's better, though. Maybe Life from Death or Fueled by Death, but not a whole lot of use on it on this build. Yeah, we'll just stick with that. Alright, let's just see how this feels. We'll do a simple T13 Rift and see how we get along. Oh, we should actually probably put in a ring in the next piece, huh? I think we're going to go with the Traveler's Pledge and see how that feels. And then if we don't like it, we can always go Hellfire. I didn't see enough passives to really warrant doing a Hellfire. Enough passives that I want. So I think that this is probably the better way to go. For the gems, for legendary gems, I'm thinking we go with Enforcer to make our pets do more damage. Gorgok of Swiftness, since our Contamination mages now benefit from attack speed. And then probably Bane of the Trap, since we'll be self-applying as slow. Bane of the Stricken could be really good too. Bane of the Stricken might actually give more benefit than Enforcer. 28% damage isn't that big of an increase. And our Contamination mages... Okay, so... we had 2 Contamination mages per cast. Let's count how many stacks it would take to get up to 28. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28. Okay, Bane of Stricken's going to be better than Pet Gem as long as our pets can actually survive. Because the stacking on Bane of Stricken should be so quick that it's going to outscale. Unless the pets don't apply the stacks, in which case this could be trash. Alright, let's find out. See how this works out. Not too confident that this is going to be the bee's knees, but we'll give it a go. I have some other things in mind that I think will be better than this. I just want to try this first because it's closer to what the build was before. I want to try out that as much as possible. Nah. This doesn't seem to be doing a whole lot, right? How much is our golem hitting for? I'm trying to tell. 84 million, not very much. I think the golem's a wasted slot. This is pretty weak. This is pretty weak. I don't like it. I can tell already. Like, the survival's fine, but this is weak. It shouldn't take this long to kill a pack of trash. Alright, so poison build's not going to work. Oh, I don't have any fucking gems in. Maybe that's why it's so damn weak. I'm good at this game, I swear. We should actually probably be wearing a witching hour too if we're trying to stack attack speed, huh? Wait, where are I'm actually not sure if our skeletal mages with contamination were stacking Gorgok there. Because if not, that's pretty important to realize. Let's just check it out real quick. The skeletal mages are not stacking Gorgok. That's actually a really big problem. So Gorgok will not work. Pain Enhancer would probably be the way to go if we're trying to go for an attack speed type thing here. I do like the bone armor to apply the stun for the Crispins that we're wearing. But it's pretty weak. This is pretty weak. The golem, having to wait for the cooldown on the golem to stack that 5th stack of the damage increase for the poison is pretty lame, actually. We're keeping our max stack of mages up, and this thing is just not dying. It feels pretty weak. We're not dying though. You don't believe pets proc Stricken? Okay, that could be a factor as well. We'll try swapping out Stricken and see if it feels any better. Thanks for the heads up on that. I wasn't sure if they did or not. I mean, at the worst case scenario, I proc Stricken, but still. If they're not procking, it's not worth it. Alright, let's back. Let's make a couple changes there. We're going to put on a Witching Hour. We're going to swap out Gorgok for Pain Enhancer. And then we're going to swap out Stricken for something else. So let's get rid of that. And let's get rid of Gorgok. Let's try Pain Enhancer and Pet Gem. I feel like that's going to give better results. Okay, Pain Enhancer, Pet Gem. What was the other change I was going to make? Belt. Let's put on... Harrington, or Witching Hour. I'm gonna drop the Skeletal Golem. I don't feel like he's giving us enough. I would like something I could more consistently do for the poison proc. Essence doesn't really seem to be a problem, so we could go with like Bone Spear or something. Death Nova. Let's just do Death Nova with Blight. That'll give us our last proc of poison. Should be easier to maintain poison stacks that way. Alright, see how that feels. Hey Estrella, how's it going? Happy birthday. Poison mages got nerfed hard. Yeah, I know. I just wanted to see if there's any way to make them work with attack speed modifiers, because they do benefit from attack speed now and they didn't before. So I thought maybe, just maybe, it would be possible to still make them work. But it's not really looking like it, is it? That feels okay. It still feels pretty weak damage-wise. Maybe Revive with Poison would be better here. But I don't really love the fear aspect if we're going to be going with these Contamination Mages. I don't think the Contamination Mages will work. I think you're right. I think they're too weak now. So let's try out our second option. Skeletal Arches is what I want to try too. I think Life Support Rune is going to be the best rune, but I want to go to that last. I want to try out all the other options first. So we're going to drop the Poison stacking buff on the weapon, and we're going to try out a Skeletal Archer variant here. What weapon do we go with? Shadow Hook, maybe? Or we could go Tragul's Fang, and then we could get Curse of Frailty on the bar with Scent of Blood. I think that's gonna be good. And then I would like to go with Death Valley, I think, here. I just wish we had some splash damage, because this has 0 splash damage. Bone Spikes, is there a Poison Rune? Bone Pillar, that's not splash damagey. Let's just go with Curse Scythe, why not? Alright. That's fine. That's still fine. Maybe instead of Freezing Grasp, we should go with Frenzy. You like the overlay for the channels? It makes it easier to get the info? Good. Have you tried the new Command Skeletons item that causes your pet damage to go up? Are you talking about the set bonus here? That's what I'm using right now. Are you talking about the chest piece, the Blood Song? Is that what it's called? Blood Song Mail. When in Land of the Dead, Command Skeletons gain all runes and deal 125% additional damage. I haven't tried that, but it could be good. Aqua asks, what about the Bone Armor set? Is it strong now? The Bone Armor set is very strong. It is on the top 100 on leaderboards, or it was as of last night. Okay, maybe it isn't now, but it is up there. Like, there are people running it. There are people running it successfully in the top 20. It looks like top 30. So yeah, Bone Armor is still good. They should make the Golem cleave. Yes, they should. That would be fantastic. Actually, you know, that's an idea. We could do it with the Blood Golem, because he does a cleave on activation. So that's an idea we could possibly look at doing. In which case we go Commander of the Risen Dead. So we'd have quicker shots of our Golem. Let's try this first and see how it feels. Good night, Estrella. Alright, this is already working better than what we were doing before. Cool. Oh yeah, that's so much better. Alright. I have to work harder to keep my Skeletal Archers up. I have to watch them a little bit closer. which is cool because the set kind of revolves around that, so that's fine. I get that. That's fine. Alright, so this feels like it's going a lot smoother. I really want to do a blood set, but with Singularity. Yeah, I would actually really be interested in trying out Singularity with this set too, though. I know that's not what you just said, but it's something I want to try. Okay, so we don't have anything to do with the corpses, but I don't think we need to do anything with the corpses because we're not like struggling on essence at all. So I think that's fine. So this feels a lot better. Like that, this feels pretty smooth. I like the attack speed boost of the mages. I like that they are benefiting now from my attack speed boost as well. Feels pretty good overall. Feels pretty strong, I think. I think that life support will probably be stronger though, honestly, just because of that 10% boost in damage. Seems pretty good. But this doesn't seem bad, because we're getting all that attack speed, and we're hitting very, very fast. And we're taking care of the AoE just because we're using Cursed Scythe, and so we're getting Cleave AoE. So we're kind of taking care of the AoE with our generator, which is a weird thing to think about. But we're attacking so fast with it, it feels like it works. And our single target's in the 21 billion range, so it's not bad. I would like to find a way to get the cooldown a little bit lower on the Army of the Dead, though. There's the Elite. I was looking for you. I do feel a little bit squishy. I think that this setup I have is going to struggle if we go into Greater Rift 70 or above. I feel kind of squishy. Bayonet Trap would probably work really well with Skeletal Archers. I believe that's what I'm using. Yep, Bayonet Trapped. I agree. I agree. So I'm using Bayonet Trapped and Pain Enhancer. Pain Enhancer gives an attack speed bonus whenever you crit. And since our Skeletal Archers benefit from attack speed bonuses and they generate attack speed bonuses, basically our attack speed is through the flippin' roof right now. See, we go up to like 2.45 attacks per second, which is pretty high considering we're not stacking attack speed at all. To optimize this particular setup, you'd want to stack attack speed, I would think. So you could hit those breakpoints for your pets. It'd be all about hitting the right breakpoints. But as you can see from them bouncing around, they hit pretty hard and pretty quick. Whenever I happen to have my pets commanded, they do 400% additional damage. So I'm trying to keep an eye on the gold border down here and make sure I maintain that. I took AOTD off my bars. Didn't seem to be very useful overall, at least in sub 70 Greater Rifts. Army of the Dead, is that AOTD? Yeah, Army of the Dead. It feels like it's pretty good. I like it for this build because it groups them up. And it does do 1200% damage modified by 250 additional percent, so that's hard math. But unless my math is failing me, it's like 30,000% damage or something along those lines, which doesn't feel too bad. And then we can also proc our Crispin Sentence with the knockback of it, which feels pretty good. Oh, I almost died there. That feels pretty bad. It doesn't feel too bad, honestly. I don't know if it's worth a slot, though. It might not be worth a slot. One thing I know you can do is you could go with Rathmas, which is a passive that gives you immunity whenever you activate Army of the Dead or Land of Dead, and then that would give you a lot more survivability. In fact, we might just do that and drop Final Service for that. Might be better. Or drop Rigor Mortis. We're not really doing much poison damage. We're doing a little poison damage, but I think we drop Rigor Mortis and we grab Rathmas Shield instead. It gives you immunity whenever you activate Army of the Dead, and that gives value to the Army of the Dead. 4 seconds of immunity is not a short period of time either. And there it is, immunity dropped. So it's pretty good. A little bit of it's wasted with this rune I'm using because I'm sucking them together, so it's like I'm immune to their damage anyway, right? Because they're basically stunned. Okay. So this feels a lot better in the Poison Mage build, for sure. What weapon did we decide to use? I don't remember. Hold on, what? Did I change the weapon? Yeah, no, I did the Cursed Scythe one, that's right. Yeah, so we're doing 200% damage to anything that's cursed. And we're also applying all 3 curses, basically, on everything. So we're getting the movement speed slow, a little bit of life regen. And we already have the Exhaustion Curse. We took the Exhaustion Curse on our bars so that we could have the pets dealing extra damage thing. Was the main reason for it. Cool. That feels pretty good. So I do think that we're a little bit too squishy overall to go much higher, to go up into greater 70s or so. Unless we find a way to reduce the cooldown on our Army of the Dead further, which we could potentially do by simply getting... We could do that by getting an Obsidian Ring of the Zodiac on us. So we could drop the Traveler's Pledge and get Obsidian Ring of the Zodiac, and then we could grab the additional 5 stacks of Bone Armor. The next piece that gives 5 more stacks of Bone Armor. That might be a pretty good idea, actually. And then that would give us a lot more survivability and toughness. A little bit less damage, but a lot more survivability and toughness. So as long as we keep a target up for our mages to attack, they will keep the activation bonus going and we don't have to reactivate it, which feels pretty good. Nope, that's not true. It looks like I had to activate it there. Freaking immunity bubbles. God, it's so dumb. Notice as soon as the immunity bubble dropped, he died instantly. You could go with the DR belt. DR, or damage reduction. You're talking about the... Yeah, the one that works with the... Yeah, that's a good idea, actually. We're grabbing attack speed here, though. So maybe we drop some attack speed for that, though. Yeah, it might be a better idea. Because we'll have the Curse of Exhaustion up on target constantly due to our Cursed Scythe, right? So we don't even have to keep it on our bars that way, which feels pretty good, actually. Let's do that. I like that idea. Right now we're using Witching Hour for the attack speed increase and the damage. But I think I like the idea of using the other belt. The Dante's Bindings. We'll flop it real quick and see how that feels. Yeah, because I'll have them cursed constantly. And you know what? We should be doing the thing that increases our damage based on curses, shouldn't we? Spreading malediction. We should definitely be doing that. It'll give us a big damage boost. Let's actually switch the necklace and the ring like we were talking about a second ago. I'm gonna get the bone armor necklace and I'm gonna get obsidian ring of the zodiac slotted in here. Or which one's better? My obsidian. Is my obsidian a better one, or is my nodules a better one? Where's obsidian? Okay, so negative 0.4, negative 14, negative 7, negative 4. I think my nodules is better, strictly speaking. And it has max stat, secondary stat. Because this gives us vitality too, versus this doesn't. So we'll use that, and then we'll just cube the obsidian ring of Zodiac. So we'll swap over our cube to obsidian. And we'll put that on. And then we're going to put on the necklace that gives us 5 extra stacks of bone armor. Well, it might still be a bit squishy until the curse lands. That's true. That's true. So hopefully the 5 extra stacks of bone armor will help with that slightly. We'll see. So I don't know if Pet Enhancer is really the best gem to use with this build. I mean, it's 28% increased damage to our pets, and all of our pet damage is coming from our pets. So it seems like a no-brainer to me. And if Stricken doesn't apply from pets, then we can't use it. But they did change this one recently to apply from the place of the... Obsidian won't be useful with you since you're not using... And since you're not attacking with a resource spending attack. Huh. You might be right. Reduce the cooldown of your remaining skills by 1 second whenever you hit with a resource spending attack. You might be right. That might not work. It might not work. We'll try it and see. We'll be able to tell pretty easily, I think. I don't know. Our bone armor came off cooldown instantly. Yeah, it's definitely working. It's definitely working. Watch our bone armor cooldown when I activate it. You'll see it going like in normal circular motion, then you'll see it just reduce chunks at a time. Watch it as we go here. Okay, watch it. You see how it just instantly refreshed as soon as I dropped a mage? Yeah, it's definitely working. Alright. Okay. Mages, the mages are definitely proccing it. I was watching my cooldowns there, that's why I kind of died. But the mages are definitely proccing it. Oh, he pulled us in, and then he was on top of a freaking orbiter ball. That was rude. That was a rude vortexer right there. Let's see how it works on Rift Guardians. I'm not too sure how it'll go, actually. So the Army of Dead definitely seems like it did a good chunk of damage, which is good for us. So the question is the Crispin's Ring worth it? Are we proccing it enough for it to be worth it? I'm not sure if we are, honestly. But when we do proc it, things melt. Alright. I did notice for sure that the contamination mages... For the contamination mages definitely did not proc Obsidian Ring of the Zodiac. But the Skeletal Archers seem to do it. So that actually makes me think, since the Skeletal Archers proc Obsidian Ring of the Zodiac, that actually makes me think that the Skeletal Archers will actually proc Bane of Stricken too. So I'm actually going to try that. Because if so, Bane of Stricken's going to give us more value than Pet Enhancer Gem will. Which seems weird, but... I'll definitely be there. Oh, and I had the wrong fucking ring on. I accidentally swapped out the wrong ring. So I didn't even have my freaking Crispin's sentence on there. Feels bad, man. Feels bad. If your armor's coming up a lot with the stun, Mage's Procket would rock. Oh yeah. Since my bone armor stuns, that'll be a way to maintain Crispin's essence bonus too. Good point. Good point. Yeah, solid. Plus the curse we're applying with Curse Scythe, the movement speed slow, will also proc the initial value of it. And since we're in range, our Bane of the Trap will proc at least the 100% bonus, and then we could get bursts of 300%. So, yeah, Stricken is always good. We tested it earlier, and it didn't work with the Contamination Mages, but if it works with the Skeletal Archers, I think it's better. Alright, anything we need here? No. Not really. Not really. We have better. Better. That one's a new one. I don't think I may ever need that, though, actually. The more life you're missing, the faster you walk. Is there a use for that, guys? Can you think of a use for that? I can't think of a use for that. We need to keep that and that. Alright, let's get rid of the other things. This one has attack speed. It's a downgrade in damage, but it has attack speed on it, so I think I'm going to use it because I'm trying to boost attack speed at the moment. So here's where we start looking at min-maxing things a little bit more by re-rolling stuff and attack speed and that sort of thing. This doesn't have attack speed on it. It has vitality. It's pretty good, honestly. Do I need the extra life? I don't feel like I probably do. I definitely don't need the maximum essence that I have currently. We have 10% movement speed, so we have 15% on Paragon. Oops. 15% and then the rest into Intelligence. Yeah, we haven't re-rolled anything. Run speed for the blood build, maybe? Yeah, that's a good point. That could possibly work. Though I think you're gonna want other things for the blood build, to be honest. But maybe. What can we get here that's going to be worth it? Skeletal mage damage? Yes, please. We want skeletal mage damage here for sure. Barring that, armor isn't bad, but skeletal mage damage is definitely what we want. Death Nova damage. It really wants me to have Death Nova damage. That's like the 8th time, 9th time. Bone Spear. Death Nova 10th time. Death Nova 11th time. I think they're trying to hint 12th time Death Nova. I think they're trying to hint at something here. 13, 14. Everything but Skeletal Mage, boys. Everything but Skeletal Mage. 15. There it is. Alright. Finally. Jesus Christ. Research Flat Earth. The revolution is coming. Okay, buddy. Okay. Alright, we don't need to re-roll those. Those are pretty well rolled. Right, attack speed there. We can't re-roll that. We could re-roll the gloves into attack speed. What could this have? Could this have command skeleton damage. I think I'll keep the vitality. This one I think we want attack speed on though. With this build anyway. We may roll it off later if we switch over to Singularity. But I think we can hit another breakpoint with attack speed here. What are we at right now? Without any of our gem procs, we're 1.61. Yeah, we can definitely hit a breakpoint. We could do cooldown reduction too. Giggles Revolution. You can't always get what you want, but in the end you might be able to get what you need. Yeah, man. You know it. You know it. Ooh, area damage. Can pets proc area damage, guys? I really wanted a Nova bone set build. The one that I got is too squishy to do T13. That sucks, buddy. Yeah, I understand what you're saying. Do pets do area damage? Because if they do, that could actually be really good. Because we're hitting so fast, there could be a lot of splash area damage. All attacks have a 20% chance to deal 50% damage to enemies within 10 yards. Don't think so? Okay. Okay, that's a bummer. And then they show it to me again, just to taunt me. Attack speed. There we go. Alright. Helm, we have skeletal mage damage, that's what we want. Next piece, we have attack speed. Physical damage, we're doing cold damage right now. So let's re-roll that into cold damage. If we can. If it's possible. They clearly do area damage. Are you sure on that, Maxime? Because if you're sure on that, that would be, that'd probably be worth trying. Cold skills deal 15% more. There we go. 19% more. There we go. Gucci. I think we're at Cape the 8.5% chance. Yeah. I mean, it'd be nice to get higher, get up to like 10 or something. 999 vitality. Shit. That's hard not to take. Ugh. It's going to be a big DPS drop, though. Our crit chance is only at 34%. So I bring it down to 29. Do we need the health? The thing is, we can always get vitality from Paragon if we need to. I'm gonna keep the damage because I think that's gonna be better. 8.5 again. 9.5. There we go. All right. All right. That's all the pieces re-rolled. I think. The only one we don't have re-rolled is this Dainty's bindings, which honestly I would like to get a better pair of that. So we might just go over here and get another set of armor. I don't know which bag it's in though is the problem. Not that bag. Curse my luck. I chose poorly. So I just did bag 2, right? So I need to do bag 1 next time. Okay. I chose poorly. If you stack area on Garg on Witch Doctor, why wouldn't you do it on Necro? Well, some things on the Necro aren't working the way they work on other classes. But that is a fair point. That is a fair point. So that might be worth trying out. Stacking some area damage up. Alright, let's see how this works. Let's just go into a Greater Rift. Let's do 65. Is everything the way we want it? Let's look at that first. Hey, maybe I want to drop Rasmus Shield and keep that hit, life on hit for my pets. I think that should be fine. Alright, let's see how it goes. Definitely feel a little bit squish already, but we didn't have our bone armor stacks up yet either. Feels a little bit better. We could go Parthenon's Defenders, actually, instead of Reaper's Wraps. Might be a little bit better. Since we're stunning things so often. I think we're going to need Parthenons to push much higher than this. I think we could probably reasonably do this, but we're going to need Parthenons to go higher. Actually, I don't know if we can even do this, to be honest. Maybe we can. Ouch. Electrify hurts a little. With how fast we're attacking, that Electrify fucking hurts. Alright. Charge. This is like the only good set. All the other ones I got creamed. The bone set is placed in the top 30 in the leaderboards. So the bone set's pretty good too. You might not have been running the same build as they were though. But there's some good bone set variants. I was able to do 72 I think on my own with bone set. So I placed like 300 something on leaderboards. I placed 500 on stream with the bone set. If you want to go check out my bone set, after I did that, I went off stream and I did a good deal more testing with it and got up to about 300 on the leaderboards. 72 or 73, I can't remember. But yeah, it can go pretty good. It's not that bad. Bone armor set, that is, the one with the swirling rings of bone around you. I do think that the Plague set needs to be tuned up. There were also people in the top 100 on Blood set, so I think it's pretty close, but it's a harder playstyle to master. So I think they need to tune up all three of the sets other than the Pet set at the moment. Get rid of those guys. Alright, back on that guy. Alright. Yeah, I think the Ancient Parthenon's Defenders is going to give us enough extra defense that we'll be just fine pushing higher. I mean, this isn't terrible for 65. It doesn't feel too bad. It is a little bit positional, though. Illusionists soak up a lot of damage from my mages. Some specs illusionist is wonderful to run into. This spec illusionist sucks to run into because it soaks up a lot of my pet damage as they bounce between different targets. I think the Stricken is applying. We'll know pretty quickly on the Rift Guardian. If the Rift Guardian shreds, we'll know that the Stricken is applying. I think it is, though. I'm not 100% sure. So don't quote me on it yet. But we should be able to tell on the Rift Guardian pretty easily. Okay, something's hurting real bad. I think it's the race. Your pets do benefit when you stand in the circles of the Oculus Ring, by the way. That I do know for sure, because when I was doing that on my Bone Spear build that was using Singularity, it was wonderful. Actually, this build would work really well with Singularity, too. Because I have so much essence generation with my... with my Cursed Scythe and the Poland from Land of the Dead, Army of the Dead. Yeah, I think it would work pretty well. I do think Taskworm Theo is going to be better than the one that gives Unconventional Warfare rune to Army of the Dead. But I haven't tested the other one yet either, so it's hard to say, I guess. I let's run through these guys, just kind of ignore them as much as possible. And we'll take the progress they give as we go, but they're not going to be our main objective. Try to keep our mages up as much as possible. See if we can find another elite while we have this shield active. Not finding one yet. I'm just going to actually run by these guys. See if we can find an elite. I'd like to find one while I have the shield up. Not having much luck here. I'm actually having really bad luck here. This feels really bad. Are you serious? Are you for serious? Fuck. Alright, well. This is our life now. At least we chained a lot of... Oh, there's one. I ran by one and didn't fucking notice, apparently. Because I'm good at this game. There we go. Okay, our shield dropped. There we go. Alright, where are we at? Where are we at? Go bottom. Alright. I think I need to use my Army of the Dead more. Because it's not hard to get back up. Especially with this attack speed build. Our pets hit so fast. If we go with the Frenzy rune on the skeletons, that will actually give us really good uptime on our Army of the Dead, won't it? That might be a better call than the Frozen rune. The Frozen rune procs our Crisp and Sentence, but so does our Bone Armor. As long as we have the Bone Armor stunning them, we probably don't need to proc it with the skeletons. Though the skeletons can proc it on the Rift Guardians, which I really like that. Look at all my skeletons go to work. What an army. What an army. Alright, we're going to be able to tell pretty quick when we get this Rift Guardian if the Stricken's working or not. If we have Stricken up and running and it's working properly, the health on the boss is going to start going down slowly at first, and then it's just going to evaporate around 50%. So we'll be able to tell really easily. Alright, here we go. Alright, and mages are up. His health should start evaporating if Stricken is working right about now. Unless I get frozen, it freezes all of our mages, and then it sucks horribly. But okay, yeah, it looks like Stricken did work. Here we go. Shame Blood Golem isn't a blood ability for the blood side. Yeah, that's weird, isn't it? The elites don't like you having invulnerability either. Yeah, I suppose. I didn't take invulnerability. I dropped it for the... I dropped the invulnerability for the pets giving me a life on hit. But I think I need to take the invulnerability back. I think I need to take the invulnerability back, maybe, and drop final service and just try not to die. I'm working on leveling up this Simplicity Strength just in case I want to try a Legacy of Nightmares build that focuses around primary generators and cooldowns. I don't think it's going to be any good, but I want to give it a go. So at 65 was no problem. If we put on Parthenon's Defenders, we're going to have a lot more toughness. So let's swap our Reaper's Wraths for Parthenons, because we're not really getting any benefit from Reaper's Wraths with this build anyway. Oh, you meant when I had the shield? Yeah, they didn't. Yeah, they didn't like me. They were trying to avoid me. Felt like high school all over again, boys. Wait, what? Cold. There we go. All right. Let's go ahead and identify these legendaries, see if there are any upgrades anywhere. That's an upgrade. That's an upgrade. Jesus. Alright. Oh, that's the bone set. Boo. Still, I think it's an upgrade over the one we have. Yeah. We'd obviously re-roll the Skeletal Mages into crit percent. But yeah, it's an upgrade over what we had. I also don't really have this guy set up right, but it doesn't really matter. He's there for the Unity. Let's be real. I'm not using my Unity. Oh, I'm not using my Unity. It's a miracle I survived that much. Okay. So do we drop the Crispins for the Unity? So I wasn't using a Unity. Do I need the Unity? I don't know if I need the Unity. Let's try a 70 without Unity. See how it goes. I'm not convinced I actually need it. I'm going to regret this instantly, aren't I? Freaking lightning ring bullshit. He was enhanced by this guy to do more damage. He's Juggernaut, so he's immune to all of my... He's immune to my basically everything I have. That's bad. Yep, definitely regretting not having the Unity. Alright. Fuck. Because I'm not getting my damage reduction. There we go. Alright. Yeah, definitely gonna need the unity. If we're gonna be in melee this much. That elite's gonna be a problem. See if we can just ditch him by going around the corner and ignoring him. The Zaystone of Vengeance could work okay here, actually. Alright, this is not going to work without the unity, though. Alright. Good to know. Need the unity as I go higher. Good to know. Let's restart the rift and make those changes. I wasn't sure if I was going to need it or not since I had the Parthenons giving extra damage reduction. And the invulnerability from the Army of the Dead. Unless I didn't save that. No, I did. But yeah, we still definitely need the unity. So we'll drop the Crispin sentence for the unity, which is actually going to let us change the rune on this to be Frenzy, which will give us more damage. So that's fine. That's fine. Is that our best unity? I think it is. Okay. And I think I'm going to drop the Stricken. I'm going to put the Pet Enhancer back in. I'm going to put the Pain Enhancer back in. I think that's how we're going to go. Yeah, I think that'll be fine. Yes, I'm using Trigul's Corroded Fang. I might drop the Tasker and Theo and try out the Fate's Vow. But I think I'm going to see if I can survive a 70 first, and then we'll try that change and see how it feels. It already feels better. I don't know how it feels damage-wise, but I think it's okay still. We're losing 300% damage from our Crispins, which actually feels pretty bad. But I think we have to. I think maintaining the uptime on the Army of the Dead is going to be better for us overall for clear speed, as opposed to this 300% damage, because it gives us good grouping. And if area damage does apply like that one guy thinks it does, then grouping is going to be important. We could drop the Obsidian and then go with the Crispin and the Unity. I don't know what I think of that idea, though. Let's hit this guy, specifically. Huh? Let's just kill this guy. Okay. Alright, well, we're on pace to do this. We're a little slow, though, it feels like. See if we can speed things up here any. The fire chains are going to be a pain. Fire chains with arcane both is a real big pain. Plus we have the falling everything. It's actually kind of a pain of a pack, but let's just group them up. Stun them. Scythe them. See what we can do. Oh, that's going to be a death, right? Nope. Calculated, I mean. Did I get all the globes here? No. They're shielding. Cool. That guy died pretty quickly. Crisp and cream ring. Yeah, man, you know it. Why am I spending so much time on this single pack of regular guys? I don't know what I'm doing right now. I'm wasting a pylon, that's what I'm doing. That's the end of that level. I don't know if we're going to hit time on this one. Might have sacrificed too much damage for survivability. We're definitely not dying, but we're also definitely not killing things quick enough. And when we hit really big elite packs, it's sketchy. It's not like we're like able to face tank things or anything. This is bad. Focus this guy as much as we can. There we go. I think that's the real one right there. Yep, it was. And then those are both illusions. Alright, cool. Did the thing, did the thing. Hey Nub Farm, how's it going, buddy? That's JP Tech, right? I'm remembering that right, I think. That feels pretty good. He just fucking exploded. Power pylons are great. Dying is bad. Fucking race suck. God damn it. Fuck you guys, race. Damn it. That memory, yeah man, you know it. Fuck me. Alright. That sucks. Keep him off me, please. I fucking hate you. I fucking hate you. Ah! Keep him off of me, please. Thank you. God damn it. That just killed this rift run. We would have been fine. I forgot to repair before I went in. That feels bad. That feels real bad that I forgot to repair. We were just fine. Co-workers want to go drinking tonight since we're closed tomorrow. Feeling good. Yeah, man. Glad to hear that. Yeah, boo indeed. It's a bummer. I don't think there's any way we can hit time on this now. We'll try it, though. We'll try it. Fucking race. It's all your fault. I'm blaming you, even though it's... Ugh, I hate race so much. Yeah, no way. No way in hell we hit time. Fuck you, race. Nobody likes you. Not a single person alive likes race. Fucking wall walking motherfuckers. I'm raging now. I'm fucking raging. Fuck balls too. Am I right? That's a dead end. Necro set build up for damage resistance is almost as bad as Firebirds. Yeah, it's pretty fucking bad. If you fall, you're screwed. I should have taken advantage of my Army of the Dead immunity, and I didn't, so that's my fault, actually. But it's still pretty bad. Even with that, to be honest, it's still pretty bad. This pack's kind of a pain in the ass. This pack's a giant pain in the fucking ass. Ugh. Rip this one. I was reading a chat message. Oops. My bad, team. My bad. Okay. I think we got this. Yeah, okay, we're gonna try. Okay, you know I'm not gonna do that to you guys. We'll finish. We're not gonna finish it, but you guys sat it out this long. We're not gonna make you miss the end. We'll see. This will be an experiment for how it performs our Rift Guardian without Stricken, because we took Stricken off. So that's our purpose now. We know we're not gonna hit the time. Our purpose now is to see how it performs our Rift Guardian without Stricken. Would Teguk and Siphon Blood if it works. Might be okay, just not for this build. Maybe. I don't know if it gives enough of a damage modifier bonus for it to be worth anything. Like, I don't feel like it gives enough for it to be worth. Teguk requires a channeling ability. I think it requires you to spend resources. Actually, I think he may be right about that. So had I not forgot to repair, we definitely wouldn't have been able to finish this. But forgetting to repair fucked us over pretty hard. My own fault, 100%. Hey, it's the same Rift Guardian as last time, so it should be a good comparison. Fucking hurts. Yeah, it feels pretty bad without having Stricken, actually. Feels like Stricken is needed for the Rift Guardians. Can't even fucking hit him to keep my essence up. Yeah, Stricken is 100% needed. Holy shit. Alright, we're not finishing this. Yeah, Stricken definitely. Without a doubt. I think life support on the mages is going to be better too. But I want to try a Singularity build with them. Let's look at what other options we can use rather than just Grim Scythe. We could go with Shadowhook for safe generation, or we could do Bone Cycle. Straight 300% damage, but we have to keep hitting our bone armor. Scythe of the Cycle might be better. This might be good too. If we go with Singularity mages, I think we have to use that one. And then we have to switch Bone Spikes. Probably with the stun. We could also do the Blood Spikes. Bleed for 50% weapon damage is physical for 2 seconds. Let's try that. So let's switch the mages over to Singularity. See how those feel with this. I don't know if Obsidian is worth the loss of Crispins, honestly. I think, I don't know. I don't know about that one. We can definitely drop this. We could drop it for Blood is Power. As we take damage, we drop the cooldown of Army of the Dead. Final service might be what's needed to stop the snowball effect of dying too much when you die once. The question is, do we drop Pet Enhancer or do we drop Pain Enhancer? I think we drop Pain Enhancer. Even though it's giving us attack speed and more damage through dots, I think that Pet Enhancers could be better to keep on. We're not able to curse anymore. So this is not giving us any bonus. Unless we switch this curse to Decrepify with Borrowed Time for the cooldown reduction. But then we lose 15% damage from our minions. Is that worth it? I'm not convinced that it is. I like the Frailty one better. 15% damage from our minions and enemies automatically die at 15% health. Which, when you're hitting a lot of times very quickly, is going to be better. It's going to be pretty good. I do think I want Crispin's sentence back on. So I'm gonna put Unity in my cube, and then I'm gonna re-equip my Crispin's sentence. I'm also gonna take those and change them back into freezing grasp, because I feel like that was better for control purposes. Not being able to freeze the elites, I definitely felt it. It's a lot of damage reduction right there, just being able to freeze elites. Alright, let's try that. I think that's gonna be better. .25 yards is about here. So I still need to stay kind of close to enemies here. Alright, let's try that. See how it works. Well, that fucking hurt to start. We'll say that. And I fucking forgot to repair again. God damn it. Oh, I'm spamming my Singularity. I need to make sure I have full stacks before I get mage out. My bad. It's pretty restrictive, actually. So I don't have quite enough. I don't have enough essence to be casting my curse with the skeletal mages. So I feel like maybe I need Devour Aura instead, or something like that. Or maybe even the Aura on the curse. No matter what the case is, I definitely feel like I'm mana starved, essence starved. Do these Singularity mages do splash damage? It's very different. Yeah, I don't know about that. I think we have to drop the curse. And it'd be nice to use the stun spikes instead of the blood strikes. Spikes, I think. I think we have to use the stun spikes instead of the blood spikes. I just heard a ding. I'm assuming Estrella needs me for something. Let me just check that real quick, boys. Nope. Facebook alert. Thought I had it on priority only. Sorry, guys. I do like grouping them up with bone spikes, because it's like instant fucking essence back. So maybe it's just I have to do a better job of grouping them up with bone spikes with this build. Or with Army of the Dead, rather, for the bone spikes. It doesn't seem too hard to maintain my essence when I'm doing that. Doesn't feel like I'm killing nearly as quickly as I was before, though, either. I think the skeletal archers were killing quicker than this. And I didn't have to burn all my essence to do it. Yeah, I don't know. I do know I forgot to fucking repair again. Alright, so this one isn't gonna work. Singularity didn't work as well as I'd hoped. Maybe if I went with the Bone Spike stun instead. Singularity would work better. We will look at what's at the top of the leaderboards after we've tested out our own ideas, because you never know. Maybe we'll come up with something better. And if we just look at what's on the leaderboards right away, we're automatically going to go to that. So I like to test out my own ideas first, because sometimes I find something that is as good and it provides other options. But I'm not too impressed with the Singularity Mage. Not too impressed with the Singularity Mage. So I think I'm going to drop that. So we could do life support mages because they last longer. I do like the Skeletal archers. The attack speed boost is pretty cool. Well, let's try life support because we haven't tried that yet. What else would I change? I think everything else I like. I think I'd like to try out, instead of Tasker and Theo, I'd like to try out the Fate's Vow in the cube. See how that feels. See how 70 goes. Don't forget to repair. Yeah, I did as soon as I came in. I think. I hope. So the nice thing is, while we have the immunity, we can summon up all of our mages. It's actually kind of fucking cheap, to be honest. I can't tell if they're doing enough damage to warrant. I didn't have the curse on. My bad, boys. My bad. There we go. Here's an elite. Here's where we'll be able to tell things a little bit better. Oh, I don't know about this. Yeah, I don't know about that. Have a good night. Have a good one. See you later, Jay. Yep, not so sure about this. Yeah, no, this is not gonna work. Holy crap. Okay. Maybe you should try Esoteric Alteration for survivability. That's a good idea, Aqua. That's a good idea. I think we might do that. Yeah, I think we're gonna do that. I think that's a good call. Hellfire for an extra passive might not be a bad idea either. Get the cheat death passive. I like my Skeletal archers the best, honestly. I have the options so far. And I like the Grim Scythe. Honestly, I really like the Grim Scythe with Cursed Scythe. So let's try that, but we'll go with Scythe of the Cycle instead. See how that feels. So we would have to draw Pet Enhancer in order to get an Esoteric Alteration slotted in here. Which is fine, I guess. This might not be bad either. Just getting the life regen. Alright, so we'll try out an Esoteric Alteration. We'll drop Pet Enhancer. I'm going to go back to using the cursed scythe. Oh, I can't because I went scythe as cycle. Oh, I'm not sure. Let's just pop over into Fields of Misery real quick. Not sure if this would work. That seems okay. That seems okay. I think one of the best things right now is Land of Dead Frozen Land, since it lets you get out of anything. Yeah, that's true. I don't know where I would fit it in my build. Any ideas, Priest, on what I would drop for that? I do agree. I think it's a really good rune. Kind of why I like the Skeletal Army knocks all enemies towards the center rune here. I don't think Fate's Vow is good enough. I think Tasker and Theo is better. Let me know what you think. I'm going to start this Greater Rift Priest, but let me know what you think I could drop to get that Land of Dead. We might restart with your idea, depending on how things go here. Horde, Electrify, Waller, Molten, huh? I just find Land of Dead better than Army of the Dead. Can't find any good in the damage it does. It's just part of the set bonus, so I wanted to find a way to work it in. But you might be right. Maybe if we drop Army of the Dead for Land of Dead, we'd have better luck. You might be right. Also, the Perma Frozen would proc our Crispins. Damage is too weak. Yeah, I agree. We're not doing enough damage anymore. Let's go ahead and restart this one. We could get a ton more damage. I think I like Trag'Oul's better, and we can get a lot more damage out of Trag'Oul's with the curse passive, and then we'll wear a Hellfire Amulet. Alright, so he says, I find Army of the Dead too weak. Land of the Dead's better. 10-second CC is better than 2 seconds of damage. It procs the 3 times damage ring. That's true, it does proc the 3 times damage ring. That's a valid point. Let's try flipping that for Frozen Lands. I agree, we'll go ahead and give that a shot. And I think I want to put on my Trag'Oul's in the slot in the cube. And then I want to put on a Hellfire that gives me, what's it called? Gives me Spreading Malediction or any of these other things. Alright, so let's look at my Hellfires real quick. Blood for Blood. No, not Blood for Blood. I want Blood as power. Wrathmas Shield. That's one of the ones I have. Extended Servitude is one of the ones I have. Spreading Malediction is one of the ones I want. Okay. So, which one gives the best? This one This one's probably the best overall. Okay. Put these back. Swap that in there. So we have Rathma's Shield here. We can drop Rathma's Shield, and we could grab Spreading Malediction, increased damage per curse. Being Trapped, Esoteric, and Stricken. Hey Yizang, how's it going, buddy? What's up, Bacteria? Welcome to the stream, buddy. Hopefully this will be a little bit better damage and a bit better survivability. We'll see how this goes. We might not even need Rathma's Shield with Land of Dead, honestly, right? Because we're immune to damage anyway. Basically, we're basically immune to damage. So yeah, we actually don't even need Rathma's Shield, do we? Shit. That was wasted. That was a waste. Fuck that up, boys. Fuck that up, boys, real good. Okay. So we can swap back out Rathma's Shield for something that's going to give us more damage. Or more survivability in a different way. But Rathma's Shield isn't going to do anything for us. This is really bad density. This is really bad density. Can't get by this fucker. Oh, I don't think I was commanding my skeletons there. My bad, team. Doesn't feel like we have enough damage still, huh? I think the Land of Dead cooldown actually gives us enough damage that's worth it. Or the Army of the Dead, rather. Our damage feels super low without it. The other thing it does, in addition to providing that bit of damage that it does, is it groups them up so that my Cursed Scythe can chunk large groups of enemies. Why don't you use the pet legendary gem? We had to drop it because we need Stricken, and we definitely need Bane Trapped. And someone had mentioned Esoteric to try to help our survivability problems we were having, but maybe we want to use the pet enhancer gem instead, since we have Land of the Dead on right now, and that's supposed to help with survivability. Though I don't really know if it's... I don't know if it's really worth it if I don't have anything that's consuming corpses as I'm doing Land of the Dead, you know? Like, yeah, it freezes everything, which is cool and all, but I can already freeze the target I need to with my command skeletons. Like, it's... I feel like I'm just hurting for damage using it. Like, everything stays frozen, that's fine, but I'm not doing much damage while they're frozen, versus with the Army of the Dead, I was doing a lot of damage while they were frozen. Or I was doing a lot of damage while they were crowd controlled for 2 seconds. Because they were all grouped up a lot better with the Army of the Dead. And that seemed to help a lot. I think I like Army of the Dead better. Alright, we're going to start this over because this isn't enough damage. It's too weak. Do you have enough Grey Earth Gems to keep doing? Yeah, we do. You motherfucker. Yeah, we're going to restart this one. This isn't enough damage. Can definitely tell. I think we have to drop the Esoteric think we have to drop the esoteric and grab the pet enhancer gem. Yeah. I also think we need to drop Land of the Dead. I think Army of the Dead was giving us a lot more value. Unless we could somehow work both of them in. Hold on, that's an idea. We could drop the 15% from this because we're still getting the curse. Let's work them both in. See how that goes. Knock them all towards the center. Wait till 4 seconds of immunity wears off from Rathma's shield, which we have on our necklace. And then after 4 seconds of immunity wears off from Rathma's shield, then we freeze them all. Again, another 4 seconds of immunity. Mages do count as pets. Yes. We have 10 seconds of immunity there essentially while they're frozen, right? But what if we did, that's the only thing that really gives value. Honestly, we could do Plague Lands, and we could do 10,000% weapon damage to poisons over its duration. That's not good at all. Yeah, Frozen's best. Frozen's best. Is there anything else we could do to up our damage? Maybe a revive army. So we got Grizzly Tribute. I'm nervous about dropping Bone Armor. We weren't using Pain Enhancer Aqua. We're using Pet Enhancer. Is that what you... Or we're using Enforcer. Sorry, not Pet Enhancer. It's Enforcer. It's pet. It makes your pets better. Mage should be in all pet builds. It is. Yeah. Skeletal Mage. I'm using it. Alright. See how this goes. I just accidentally hit them both at the same time. Shit. I fucked up, boys. I fucked up real bad. I fucked up real bad. It wouldn't have affected our damage any, but it's affecting our survivability for sure. Yeah, don't tell me. You can't tell me that doesn't do damage. That did a lot of fucking damage. Remember that the damage is increased for every skeletal mage you have up. So if you have 10 skeletal mages up, it's increasing the damage. I think we honestly might want to consider getting revives in here. Drop in the bone armor because it's eating up the obsidian cooldown procs. The bone armor is eating up our obsidian cooldown procs, and we need those for Land of the Dead and Army of the Dead. Maybe if I don't spam it as much, it'll be better. This is definitely a lot more damage with the Army of the Dead rune, though. The only change we made was Army of the Dead and Pet Enhancer. Or Pet Enforcer. I don't feel like the Pet Enforcer... I feel like when I pop Army of Dead, I should say it's a significant boost because it pulls everything in for my Cursed Scythe. And then I can apply my scythe to everything, and then once I've applied my scythe to everything, I get damage boosts from my spreading malediction. I feel like that's a pretty big damage boost. That said, I just ran into a dead end. Feels bad. Which skill? Bacteria. I hit the wrong one. I think what they should do is make it boost your damage after you do Army of the Dead. Like, Army of the Dead should not only do the effect of Army of the Dead, but should also give you a global power boost by like 20% or something. That would be a good change to this set. Not that it really needs to be boosted any more in power than it already is, because I think it's the top performing set. But obviously not with the build I'm using right now, because I'm still trying to figure things out. And I'm not going to cheat and look at the leaderboards until our last run. Or close to our last run. Alright, so we might use the Land of the Dead here on this elite once we get it grouped in. So I'm going to wait until my Land of the Dead is back, or my Army of the Dead is back up here. It should be pretty soon, hopefully. See if we can just line of sight them around the corner to group them instead. Yeah, well, let's do that. Alright. We're going to group them with our E. Once they're grouped, we're going to hit our R to freeze them in place. Now we're going to scythe them. And now we're going to get frozen. We're going to die. Good plan, team. I'm not sure about chaining the immunity cooldowns. It feels like that should be the way to go with this build. Just because our cooldown on our Army of the Dead is so much lower than with most builds, so it feels like using the Rathmas shield is a fucking must for this build. But it doesn't. I don't know. I feel like I'm doing something wrong. I like the idea of using life support minions and just summoning them when I have the shield up. But I don't know what piece of the puzzle I'm missing there, because it doesn't feel like those guys were doing enough damage on their own. Because I didn't have the attack speed boost of our skeletal mages, so it felt really, really weak. When I did the life support, did I have the pet gem on? Because maybe that was the issue. Maybe they weren't doing enough damage because I didn't have the pet gem on. Because that could be. That could be. Oh! Oh! Okay, hold on. Hold the horses. So if I do Land of the Dead, then I pop Army of the Dead, it does 300% extra damage, doesn't it? On my Land of the Dead. Or on my Army of the Dead. Okay. Okay. That's gonna be a significant chunk more damage than what I've been doing. Druid is coming. Okay. You say so. That said, I don't have that option right now, and I need to just try to kill these guys as best I can. But that's going to be ideally what we're going to be doing in a few minutes here. Fuck. Orbiter, Vortex, Health Link, bullshit. Fucking Vortex. Alright, moving on. Moving on. We're low on health. I think I forgot to repair again, boys. I'm so good at things. Looking for good elite or density, or both. Wormhole reflects damage, orbiter. Alright, Waller. Watch this. We're gonna see if this actually works. Or I'm gonna die. That's cool too. That's cool too. That was the second plan, is dying. Yeah, it didn't do as much damage as I'd hoped with Landa Planet, with both of them stacked on top of each other. I was hoping it would do significantly more than that. Oh, fuck us, boys. We're gonna check leaderboards after us. Yeah, I'm using Ancient Parthenons. Yep, we're using Ancient Parthenons. Not sure what we need to change, but obviously we need to change something. I have a feeling I'm going to need to drop my Skeletal Archers and do the life support rune mages. I really don't want to. I think when I tried the life support mages, I dropped my Taskers and Theo to try out the unconventional warfare armor piece. So that might have been a pretty big factor in its damage potential being lower. Because Tasker and Theo is a pretty big increase in damage for pet builds. Alright, we need to just survive here. So we'll land to the dead as we work through these guys. Ignore those guys and go over to the elite that we know is down here. I will use your wormhole, thank you. Okay, it's time for you to die now. Please. Please. Thank you. I don't know why I'm still hitting these guys, these single minions. Excuse me, sorry guys. Been sick for the last 3 days. I've had 101 fever. You can't tell me that does no damage though. I killed half of that pack. Might not be worth the 120-second cooldown though. That I can concede. But the pet, one of the main set bonuses for the build revolves around using it. So it seemed very counterintuitive to drop it. Like that stuff died really quickly once I hit my Army of the Dead. I hate bogans. Fuck you, bogans. Alright, we're not gonna hit the timer on this one. Due to me forgetting to repair yet again. Army of the Dead here so we can survive. We have an elite over here as well. See if we can find him. There he is. Oh, thanks for the wormhole, buddy. That was helpful. Maybe we need to try out the chest piece that causes command skeletons to do more damage during Army of the Dead and gain all the runes. If we're using Army of the or Land of the Dead rather. Alright, we're gonna just revive in town here. Let's have a look at what the top leaderboard people are doing. Let's cave. Let's be that guy. It's almost midnight for me. I have to get up early tomorrow. Let's see what top leaderboards are doing. See if we can take their ideas and kind of shift them. Or just copy them. We'll see. Alright, let's see what they're doing. Cleared 110. What? No way. What? Okay, they're using the Bloodsong Mail. They're using both Death Valley, Army of the Dead, and Land of the Dead Invigoration. They're using Devouring Aura. Why? Why are they using Devouring Aura? With life support. Why are they using Devouring Aura? Okay, for real, why are they using Devouring Aura? Do you guys see why they're using that? I don't understand why they're using that. They're using Strong Arms to get extra damage out of the Army of the Dead. That's smart. They're using Obsidian, of course. They're not using the same gems as we are. They're not using Crispins. They're using Traveler's Pledge, which we tried that too. They're using Frenzy and Life Support with Rasmus Shield. Hey, beautiful. You gonna sleep down here?
Yeah, my brain won't shut off. So.
Your brain shut off?
No, my brain won't shut off.
Oh, okay. Okay. So I don't understand why they're using Devouring Aura here at all. It heals you and gives you resource? No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. It doesn't heal you. No, it just restores essence. It doesn't heal you at all. The only way it heals you is if you take Cannibalize. But he didn't take Cannibalize. So it doesn't heal him. So let's look at the next person down and see what he did. Same thing. Oh, wait. Heals you because of the Land of Dead rune. No. Nope. Skills cost no essence while Land of Dead is active. Is that really a... What? It would make sense if you went Land of Plenty with Devouring Aura. Whenever you kill an enemy. No, it wouldn't. So he went Invigoration on Land of the Dead. He didn't even go the freezing one. He went Invigoration. He went Army of the Dead, Death Valley. He went Life Support Mage. Devouring Aura, I still don't understand that. And then he went Frenzy on his skeletons. Doesn't make any sense to me. Well, in Land of the Dead, command skeletons gain the effect of all runes and deal an additional 125% damage. That makes sense, using that. But the Devouring Aura just doesn't make any sense. Because he took... So he took the Land of the Dead that caused him to... He took the Land of the Dead that makes it so whenever he uses a resource spender, it costs no resources. And then he took Devour, which restores resources, but has no purpose when Land of the Dead is active because he's not using any resources. So he pops Land of the Dead. He summons out his minions. They don't cost any resources as he does it. That's fine. Oh, it drains life after the initial shield from Rathma ends. Devouring Aura serves no purpose but to restore essence, but your only essence spender on this build is your mages. So it's not like you're suffering for essence, right? Does he have no generator? He has no generator. Maybe it's because he doesn't use a generator. Yeah, you're right. He's not using a generator. And that lets him use his frailty. Yeah, you're right. That was something really obvious to miss. Derp. He's using Trigouls. Okay, let's try it. Works by commanding skeletons which explode, which normally takes resources, but Devour takes care of that. Oh, thank you, Electric Bender. That makes sense because he has the Bloodsong Mail, so all of his skeletons are getting the Explosion rune. Each explosion triggers Obsidian, which lets you have infinite Land of Dead. What the fuck? That's cheesy as hell. Holy shit, that's fucking cheesy. They're gonna... I guarantee you they will nerf that. I guarantee they will nerf that. They will... Okay, so what they're going to do... I almost guarantee what they're going to do is they're going to take the land... They're going to take Rathma's shield and they're going to change it. And they're going to just change it to do something completely different. Either that or they're going to make it so that the explosion of the command skeletons no longer... works with Obsidian Ring of the Zodiac. There's no way they leave that intact, though. There's no way in hell. They will change that. I fucking guarantee it. Because the entire last round of changes they did was to remove permanent invulnerability, which is basically what you're getting back here, right? Okay, that makes sense, though. It's cheesy as hell, but it makes sense. So Final Service, Extended Servitude, and Rathmas. Spreading Malediction. Alright. Final Service. Okay. That's... Thank you for enlightening me on that, Electro. Like, why he did that. The Devouring Aura part was the part that was stumping me. Like, everything else I could see working together. But that Devouring Aura just didn't make any sense to me. Now it does. Man, I don't really want to extract that. Because it's an ancient version of it. So I'm just gonna buy a second version of it from him. That's better. We'll just extract that one. Alright, so let's put that on. Then he went Obsidian, right? He did Traveler's Pledge for the damage reduction, which we tried that earlier. It works fine. But he's also keeping his... Did he keep his Unity? Does he even need it? Doesn't he have like permanent immunity from Wrath from his shield? Yeah, he doesn't even need the Unity. So he went Obsidian and Joel's. Okay. And then you take Pet Enhancer and Trapped. He went Strong Arms instead of Parthenons. Or he went Aura of Frailty. Aura. He went with Aura. Instead of the curse that he applies himself. Interesting. Okay. I think I have everything other than the strong arms on. You went Vigilante Belt, but I don't think I have one of those. So we'll just have to go with like a String of Ears to give us some damage reduction. I know Vigilante Belt he went with for the cooldown reduction, I'm assuming. So CDR is going to be pretty important here to maintain permanent uptime on your Land of the Dead. I do have a strong arm, so that's good. Unfortunately, it's fire-based, but we can change that to physical, probably. What does more damage, the poison from the exploding mages, or the physical? I think the physical, the mages would do the bulk of your damage, and that the command skeleton is just mostly for proccing the obsidian ring. Why is he using invigoration? Your skills do not cause essence while Land of the Dead is active. So, shouldn't your Devouring Aura keep your essence up enough that you don't need that? We'll go with that. Let's just give this a try. Greater 70. Oh, right? I did something wrong, boys. Okay, now I understand why he has the Devour Aura. I done fucked up, boys. Okay. Okay. So you have to really do a lot of command skeleton action while you're in Land of the Dead, huh? That seems pretty quick, actually. Feels bad. I must be doing something wrong here. This doesn't feel right. I don't have enough cooldown reduction to maintain the uptime. Maybe. Revive to keep Army of the Dead up. I think the main idea here is to be keeping your Land of the Dead up, which I'm not able to do, because then you can use it to blow things up, get your Land of the Dead cooldown back up again. I have to go back and consume these corpses. I think blood as power would be nice here. Feels really slow. But he did 110 Greater Rift with it, so like I'm playing it wrong. Has to be not cheesing it properly. I know I have no essence generators. This is the build the #1 person on Leaderboard's using though, so it's got to work somehow. I'm just not doing it right.
Maybe he has a cure item that you don't.
I think he has more cooldown reduction than I do. Because the idea is you then, when you get your Land of the Dead procced, you spam your command skeletons to explode on things. And you have your mages up. Optimize the gear. I'm not sure if that's gonna make enough difference for cooldown reduction. Yeah, it could just be that maybe because I can't keep up my Army of the Dead constantly. That's the issue. I'm gonna double check to make sure I have everything else right. It's such a cheesy way to play. Like, that interaction, I guarantee you, is not intended, and I also guarantee they will nerf it. There's no way they intend for you to have permanent uptime on Land of the Dead. They've already stated several times that they intend for you not to be able to do that. They've also stated several times that they don't want you cheesing immunity to get near permanent immunity, and that's what he's doing with Rathma's shield. So I pretty much guarantee they don't want this to go live. Like, they will change this. They absolutely will change this and make it so this does not work. That said, it's not exactly super easy to make work anyway, as we just witnessed, by my complete and total failure. Alright, so optimize for cooldown reduction. We have 5% cooldown reduction there. My cube seems wrong? I don't think so. That's what he had. The only difference is in my cube I have obsidian. Oh, okay. I get more cooldown reduction by using obsidian outside of the cube. Okay. So there's a few points of cooldown reduction that I could get off the obsidian, huh? So let's go circle. Okay. We can swap out this for my obsidian, wherever that is. It's right here. I only have 5% cooldown reduction on my obsidian. Better than nothing, though. Lol it. Ancient Obsidian. Okay. 5 cooldown reduction on the shoulders. I can change the attack speed into cooldown reduction. Oh, I had builds that could do tier 13 easily for pet build, but I'm just trying to scale it up into greater rifts. He also has Caldicerian's Despairs on his gear. Actually kind of funny. He has several pieces of gear with Caldicerian's Despair. On the PTR, he's got a bunch of Caldicerian's Despair. God. That's fucking ridiculous, actually. That's fucking ridiculous. What the fuck? Alright. Well, I don't feel too bad now, but should be able to clear 70. So he's got 6% cooldown reduction, 6% cooldown reduction, so not significantly more than I have. 8% there, so he's got what? 6, 6, 12, plus 8 is 20. Plus he has another 7 on the belt. So he's got a 27% cooldown reduction. He's building for physical damage, as I thought. So he's got 27%. We have 5... 12, 15. So he's got more because of the belt. We'll give an additional 7, 15, bring up to 22. We'd be 5 short of where he is. That seems pretty significant, actually. Use Army of the Dead sparingly as it's taking away obsidian procs. Okay. Can't use the Orc's Crown in the cube. It doesn't work with the build. Thanks, Electrobender. Maybe we can get Vigilante's belt by upgrading here. Oops, not Reforge. Upgrade rare. We don't have too many upgrades, but we can do a couple. See if we can get a Vigilante belt. Razor Strop. Oh. Okay. So without having a Vigilante belt, that's hard to get the level of cooldown reduction I need, I think. I don't think I have anyone just sitting around, even if it's... I don't think I even have one for another... I got a strength-based one. I could equip that, I guess, even though it's obviously not going to be as good because I'm losing intellect. Which is really, really bad to do. Don't do this, kids. We're doing it for the cooldown reduction because it's essential to making this build even function.
Can't you reroll the strength to Vital?
I can't because it's already rerolled into Vitality because I'd used it on a previous character. It's got Jangs. How did my cube upgrade into... How did I gamble a Jangs, which is a wizard-only belt? That's messed up. Alright. That's better than what I had. That's cool. Also better than what I had. Alright, put those back in the stash in a minute. So our CDR is up to 39%. Does he have cooldown reduction on his weapon? Nope, he does not. Can we get it on our shield? Yeah. We can get some on our shield too. %. 8%, is that what we can get? Yeah. There's an 8%. Okay, so that brings us up to 44% cooldown reduction. Can't get it on our neck because we've already rolled for a socket there. We can't increase it on our Zodiac because we have to roll for a socket. Can't get it on our Rose because we have to roll for a socket. I think that's the best I can do, boys. Short of replacing this shoulder. So I don't have enough blood shards to do. I don't have any extras of that. Alright. I think this is the best that I can do. So we'll see how it goes. So use Army of the Dead sparingly. When would I use Army of the Dead? Elect. Just when I see an elite to proc the strong arms, probably, huh? Okay. Fuck. Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, it's eating up all my obsidian procs. So when would I use Army of the Dead? Like... Right now I have nothing. Like, I just have to stay here while my cooldown ticks. That feels really bad. Use Army of the Dead sparingly as it takes away from obsidian procs. It's my mages, and then I can do my damage. Okay. I can't open the fucking door. I'm so bad. Fuck. As soon as the immunity wears off, I fucking die. Okay. So I use Army of the Dead when I have the essence to summon replacement mages, right? Otherwise I don't, I guess. I just waste an entire proc of Land of the Dead. That's gonna hurt real bad. I can't get in there yet. Just ignore these guys and run by them. Stand in the fire chain. This is exciting here. This is compelling gameplay. And then we explode everything on the screen all at once. That's stupid. Okay, so we go back, we get the essence from the corpses, and then we resummon our mages. So we can proc our Land of the Dead again. And we don't activate. We activate our Land of the Dead. We kill everything on the screen, and then we move on and rinse and repeat, I guess. We land of the dead, we kill everything on the screen. By clicking as quick as we fucking can. Oh, and then we run into the lightning and we die. Good talk, team. Yeah, okay, I really don't like it.
What was that?
Sorry, everyone. Alright, so I understand how the build works. I think it's bullshit. I think it's cheesy as hell. And I guarantee you it won't go live. But that's the best build for Necromancer's Pet set. I could definitely see making a Skeletal Archer build kind of work and a Singularity build kind of work as well. But my impressions are it's relying too much on cheesy immunity mechanics, and they need to change that. So obviously it can go incredibly high, right? But should a build rely on permanent uptime of immunity? I don't think so. I think it's kind of bullshit. I think they need to rebalance things a little bit. But if that's your thing, then Pet Set in its current form is for you. It's not my thing though. So anyway, I hope you guys did enjoy the stream, did enjoy the theory crafting. I know it wasn't too helpful until we started looking at the leaderboards. I do feel like the Skeletal Archers could be made into a build. I think you could make that work. I just need to mess around with it some more and figure it out. But hope you guys had a good night. I hope you enjoyed the stream, and I hope you come back next time. Make sure to like, favorite, share, and most of all, subscribe if you did like the stream. And either way, I want to say thank you so much for stopping by, and I'll talk with you guys later. Bye, YouTubes.